The concept of luxury is evolving, driven by Generation Z's desire for authenticity and values-driven consumption. Gen Z is moving away from ostentatious displays of wealth, seeking meaningful experiences and sustainability. They prioritize personal well-being and crave experiences over material possessions. Gen Z is redefining luxury as less about ownership and more about who you are and what you stand for. Gen Z's approach to luxury marks a departure from previous generations who equated it with status symbols. Saturated with images of wealth on social media, they seek transparency and authenticity in brands. They value social and environmental responsibility, aligning their spending with their values. For Gen Z, luxury is about conscious choices that reflect a commitment to a better world. Traditional luxury thrived on exclusivity, creating a world of privilege accessible to a select few. Luxury brands curated immersive experiences, making shopping a journey into refinement and personalized attention. Owning luxury items was a symbol of success and membership in an exclusive club. Traditional luxury relied on status symbols like iconic handbags and luxury cars to signify wealth. Glossy magazines and advertising campaigns fueled the aspirational lifestyle associated with luxury brands. The promise was that acquiring the right objects could buy a more glamorous and fulfilling existence. Luxury conglomerates like LVMH and Kering expanded rapidly, democratizing luxury to some extent. However, they faced criticism for diluting the essence of luxury through mass production and globalized commerce. Despite challenges, these conglomerates dominated the industry, shaping global fashion and consumer desire. Gen Z prioritizes experiences over ownership, seeking fulfillment in creating memories. This shift drives the growth of the experiential economy, encompassing travel, adventure, and unique events. For Gen Z, luxury is about living life to the fullest and creating a rich tapestry of experiences. Gen Z is conscious of the impact of their consumption habits on the world. They seek brands that prioritize sustainability, ethical production, and social responsibility. For Gen Z, luxury is about making conscious choices that contribute to a more sustainable and equitable world. Gen Z craves individuality and authenticity, embracing vintage fashion and independent creators. They value personalization and brands that empower them to express their unique identities. For Gen Z, luxury is about carving out their own path and expressing individuality with confidence. Gen Z's digital fluency shapes their expectations of luxury brands, demanding seamless online experiences. They are drawn to brands experimenting with new technologies like augmented reality and virtual reality. For Gen Z, luxury is integrated into their digital lives, enhancing their online experiences. Gen Z's perception of luxury is shaped by economic challenges like recessions and student debt. They value financial security and question traditional markers of success like luxury cars and homes. This pragmatism is reflected in their approach to luxury, seeking meaningful and sustainable choices. Gen Z's digital connectivity makes them globally aware and socially conscious. They support brands that are transparent, ethical, and committed to social justice and sustainability. For Gen Z, luxury is about supporting brands that promote social good and reduce their environmental impact. Perhaps the most profound shift in Gen Z's values is their embrace of mindfulness and well-being. Growing up in a hyper-connected, always-on world, they are acutely aware of the importance of mental health, self-care, and finding balance in a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming. This focus on well-being extends beyond individual practices like meditation and yoga. It permeates their entire outlook on life, including their relationship with consumerism and luxury. This generation is less interested in accumulating material possessions for the sake of status or external validation. They are more interested in experiences that nourish their souls, relationships that bring them joy, and a sense of purpose that transcends the pursuit of material wealth. Luxury for them is about having the freedom to prioritize their well-being, to disconnect from the digital noise, and to live in alignment with their values. This shift towards mindfulness is evident in their spending habits. Gen Z is more likely to invest in experiences like travel, wellness retreats, and personal development workshops than in luxury goods. They're also more likely to spend money on therapy, mental health apps, and other forms of self-care. For this generation, luxury is not about what you own. It's about investing in your well-being and creating a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. In the face of these shifting consumer values, luxury brands are being forced to rethink their traditional approaches to marketing and brand positioning. The old playbook of aspirational imagery and exclusivity no longer resonates with a generation that values authenticity, social responsibility, and experiences over possessions. To capture the hearts and minds of Gen Z, luxury brands are embracing meaning-driven marketing, shifting their focus from selling status to selling values. This shift requires a deep understanding of what matters to Gen Z and a willingness to engage in a more authentic and transparent dialogue with this discerning demographic. It's no longer enough to simply slap a luxury label on a product and expect it to sell itself. Gen Z wants to know what a brand stands for, what values it upholds, and how it's making a positive impact on the world. Brands that are successfully connecting with Gen Z are those that are embracing purpose-driven initiatives, partnering with social causes, and demonstrating a genuine commitment to sustainability and ethical practices. They are using their platforms to spark conversations, raise awareness about important issues, and empower their audiences to make a difference. Sustainability is no longer a buzzword for luxury brands. It's a non-negotiable for a generation that is acutely aware of the fashion industry's impact on the planet. Gen Z is demanding transparency and accountability from the brands they support, scrutinizing supply chains, material sourcing, and manufacturing practices. To appeal to this conscious consumer, luxury brands are incorporating sustainable practices into every aspect of their operations. Leading the charge are brands like Patagonia, known for its long-standing commitment to environmental activism and ethical manufacturing. Patagonia's Worn Wear program, which encourages customers to repair, reuse, and recycle their clothing, has become a model for circularity in the fashion industry. Similarly, Stella McCartney has built her brand on a foundation of sustainable luxury, using innovative materials and cruelty-free practices to create high-end fashion that aligns with her ethical values. Transparency is also paramount. Gen Z wants to know where their clothes are made, who made them, and what impact their purchases have on the environment and on communities around the world. Brands like Everlane have built their entire business model on radical transparency, providing detailed information about their factories, costs, and ethical practices. This level of transparency builds trust and resonates with the generation that values authenticity and social responsibility. Gen Z's digital fluency is forcing luxury brands to rethink their approach to e-commerce, social media, and digital engagement. This generation, accustomed to seamless online experiences, expects nothing less from luxury brands. They are looking for engaging content, personalized recommendations, and a seamless transition between online browsing and offline purchases. Luxury brands are investing heavily in e-commerce platforms that offer a premium user experience with high-quality product imagery, detailed descriptions, and secure payment options. They are also leveraging data and artificial intelligence to personalize the shopping experience, offering tailored product recommendations, curated content, and exclusive online promotions. Social media plays a crucial role in reaching and engaging Gen Z. Luxury brands are moving away from traditional advertising campaigns and embracing influencer marketing, user-generated content, and interactive social media strategies to connect with this digitally native audience. They are partnering with influencers who share their brand values, creating engaging video content, and using social media platforms to foster a sense of community among their followers. As Gen Z redefines luxury, a fascinating subculture is quietly taking root: stealth wealth. This isn't about flaunting logos, it's about understated elegance, quality over quantity, and a quiet appreciation for the finer things in life. Think less Versace and more the Rao, less Lamborghini and more Tesla Model S Plaid. This shift reflects a growing desire for discretion, a rejection of the logo mania that defined previous luxury eras. The rise of stealth wealth can be attributed to a growing awareness of income inequality and a desire to avoid appearing out of touch. In a world grappling with economic uncertainty, flaunting extravagant wealth can be perceived as tone-deaf and insensitive. Gen Z, more attuned to these sensitivities, is opting for a more understated approach, choosing brands and experiences that reflect their values. This shift is also fueled by a desire for authenticity and a rejection of conspicuous consumption. Gen Z is less impressed by flashy displays of wealth and more interested in brands and experiences that align with their values. They are drawn to brands with a strong sense of purpose, a commitment to ethical practices, and a focus on quality over quantity. This discerning approach extends to their personal style, favoring timeless pieces over fleeting trends and investing in well-made items that will stand the test of time. The rise of stealth wealth also coincides with growing concerns about privacy and the constant scrutiny of social media. Gen Z, while digitally native, is also acutely aware of the pitfalls of oversharing and the potential consequences of a life lived in the public eye. This awareness has fueled a desire for discretion, a retreat from the relentless self-promotion that often characterizes online platforms. In a world saturated with influencers peddling fast fashion and promoting a culture of conspicuous consumption, stealth wealth offers a refreshing alternative. It's about creating a life of quiet luxury, one that is enjoyed and appreciated without the need for external validation. It's about finding joy in the everyday, in the simple pleasures of quality craftsmanship, meaningful experiences, and genuine connections. This desire for discretion extends beyond personal style and consumption habits. It's about creating a life of intention, one that prioritizes authenticity over appearances and genuine connection over superficial interactions. It's about finding beauty in the understated, value in the enduring, and fulfillment in experiences that nourish the soul rather than inflate the ego. For Gen Z, stealth wealth is not just a fashion statement or a spending philosophy. It's a reflection of their values, their priorities, and their vision for a more mindful and meaningful way of life. As we've journeyed through the evolving landscape of luxury, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Gen Z is rewriting the rules, and in doing so, they are redefining the very essence of what it means to live a rich and fulfilling life. For this generation, true luxury is not about ostentatious displays of wealth or the pursuit of status symbols. It's about aligning your spending with your values, prioritizing experiences over possessions, and investing in things that bring lasting joy and fulfillment. It's about seeking out brands that share your commitment to sustainability, ethical practices, and social responsibility. It's about embracing individuality, expressing your personal style with confidence, and curating a life that reflects your unique passions and priorities. It's about finding joy in the everyday, appreciating the simple pleasures of quality, craftsmanship, and genuine connection. Luxury, for Gen Z, is not a destination. It's a journey of self-discovery, a constant evolution of values and priorities. It's about living with intention, making conscious choices that align with your beliefs, and finding contentment in experiences that nourish your mind, body, and soul. The legacy of Gen Z will be one of conscious consumption, a generation that demanded more from the brands they support and redefined luxury on their own terms. Their influence will shape the future of the luxury industry, forcing brands to innovate and prioritize values. Gen Z's focus on sustainability and ethical consumption will drive demand for eco-friendly products and practices. Their embrace of diversity and inclusivity will challenge traditional notions of beauty and success. Gen Z is not just inheriting the future, they are actively shaping it, one conscious choice at a time. True luxury lies not in what we own, but in how we choose to live.